Hello, thanks for joining me in a new video. Today I have a complete review of the realme Buds Air7. Let's dive in. These headphones aim to compete in a very tight price range. At the time of recording, they cost 952 Mexican pesos in Mexico. This makes them affordable headphones, and they promise good features, which we will explore shortly. The price is certainly one of the most appealing aspects. These headphones come in 3 distinct colors. I personally own the gold edition, but you can also choose from the green or purple options. If we look at the side of the case, you'll notice a satin finish. The cover features the brand logo, which has a much more reflective finish. Additionally, as you can see on the back, there's the USB-C port for charging. It also has the Hi-Res audio legend, which we'll discuss in more detail a little later. This case lacks wireless charging capabilities and features an LED indicator on the front side to show the battery status. Weighing approximately 40 grams, this case, when opened, reveals a pairing button located inside, which assists in putting the headphones into a discovery or pairing mode. Now, let's proceed to describe the design of the headphones. They have a duct-tipped format, but in this instance, it is not a circular tube, but rather the outer surface is entirely smooth, providing a unique aesthetic, and they also feel distinct when held. As you can observe, they feature an in-ear design, meaning they have a closed structure with these ear pads. By the way, the box includes both small and large-size earpads, considering that the factory-installed ones are medium-sized. The earphones boast an IP55 resistance level against dust and water, and they weigh around 4.5 grams, each one of them. The material used is plastic, and they feel quite good in the hand. The pins do not appear to be plain gold, but instead have a silver color when placing them in their case for charging. Overall, I could say that these headphones are very well designed. Notice that when putting on these headphones, we are going to find that they offer a good grip. This, of course, may vary depending on each individual, but at least in my case, they are not headphones that are constantly falling off or anything like that. Regarding the style, I must say that in my experience, these headphones perform well. Even after several knocks, I finally managed to dislodge one, but the grip seems to be of good quality. Now, let's discuss the controls. Typically, budget headphones don't offer extensive controls, and this is one of those cases. However, we can customize the controls differently for the left and right earphones through the app. Controls located on the right earpiece. By default, we will find 2 touch-sensitive areas at the top, which allow us to play or pause the content. In this case, they do not support the pinch gesture that we often see in other headphones of this type. Instead, they have a touch panel situated on the top of the headphone. Either way, it functions effectively and responds well to touches, though you certainly don't have as extensive a catalog of gestures available. With 3 taps, you can go to the next song by default, although through the app you can customize, if you want to go to the previous song, control the volume or call the voice assistant or even activate the game mode, but as you can see, it doesn't have swipe gestures or other things. So, for example, if you want to control the volume, you have to sacrifice other types of controls because there is not that much variety. Finally, by pressing and holding this area, we can toggle noise cancellation on or off. The same gesture activates game mode. Considering the price, we can't ask for much more. They're affordable headphones, and in this regard, they offer good quality. Now, let's discuss the sound, as it's the main feature of a headset. Fortunately, in this case, it delivers very good quality. They are equipped with 12.4 mm dynamic drivers, which are capable of generating a strong presence of bass frequencies. In fact, what stands out the most is that for this price range, the bass is quite well defined and easily perceived, making the sound quality impressive. In this case, they support high-resolution wireless audio, but I should mention that it's actually a feature you might not use frequently, as you need to utilize the LHDC codec 5.0 to fully benefit from this capability. If your cell phone does not have this codec installed, unfortunately, you won't be able to use it. However, I tested it with cell phones that do have this codec, and honestly, the audio isn't really heard well, you just begin to hear some strange noises. In fact, the headphone's own application gives you a warning when you activate this option for higher quality audio, indicating that you might experience audio with more interruptions. This is especially true if you are in an area crowded with many devices, which will likely generate this kind of interference. In my situation, it wasn't just interference, there was no music audible at all. Only clicks, which is quite frustrating. So, something that was supposed to be a highlight feature actually becomes irrelevant because you can't benefit from it. Thus, just dismiss the idea of high-resolution audio with these headphones. However, considering the price range, it was genuinely an amazing sounding feature, though it's not something we can reasonably expect or demand either. In this instance, it typically uses the AAC codec with most current cell phones, providing good audio quality. It's not ultra clear, but trust me, they sound loud and have excellent quality. If you prefer your headphones to be very loud, these are a great choice because even below medium volume, they still sound quite loud, and as I said, with good quality. Plus, the mobile app shows an option called Dynamic Audio that lets us. The EQ can be adjusted using 3 bands, and there's an additional EQ feature available through presets. These presets include options like Pure Bass and Bass Boost. Honestly, I think these options might not be completely essential because the headphones already deliver a strong bass presence in their normal mode. However, if you're someone who loves bass at an even higher level, you have that option here. Additionally, as you can see, there's access to a custom 6-band equalizer. It might seem a bit redundant, but it's available for those who want even more control. This equalizer, as well as another equalizer in the outer zone, is present, but refining the application is just a matter of detail. It's important to note that here is the switch for audio with the LHDC codec, which will only appear if your cell phone supports this specific codec. However, I must emphasize, it doesn't function well. Additionally, there's another option available, which is the volume booster. This is what I was mentioning to you earlier. It allows you to experience a very powerful audio. Lastly, it also includes spatial audio options, enabling it to recognize the tone of the device, providing an immersive experience. You can also use the headphones to provide a wider audio experience, especially if you're watching a concert or a movie and want to enjoy these effects. Additionally, keep in mind that the headphones feature active noise cancellation, offering up to 52 decibels with the help of artificial intelligence. This is made possible by the inclusion of 6 microphones, ensuring that noise cancellation is quite intense. In this case, note that you have 3 control options. You can disable the cancellation, or you can enable the transparency mode, which in turn, it offers an option to enhance the voices, allowing you to distinguish them a bit better, and also to reduce wind noise. Overall, I believe it provides effective noise cancellation. Additionally, be aware that it has various levels, or you can choose a smart level, which adjusts the cancellation based on the environment. In very noisy environments, the cancellation will automatically be set to the maximum level, and conversely, in quieter settings, it will adjust accordingly. So, I insist, the noise cancellation is very good for the price. So the most important things in a headset like sound and noise cancellation, I think they deliver very well. Now let's talk about the microphones for calls, because I already told you that it comes with 6 microphones in total, 3 microphones in each earphone. Some will be used for noise cancellation, others for voice pickup. Alright, let's proceed with the test to see how the audio is recorded.
Esta es una prueba de audio captada por los micrófonos en un entorno silencioso.
Listen to a sample of ambient noise that I'll play back here in the room, and then we'll listen to the audio captured by the microphones.
Ahora estás escuchando el audio captado por estos micrófonos en este ambiente ruidoso. Déjame saber tu opinión.
It appears to me that they meet the requirements needed to have a call that is good enough. In that regard, I believe there isn't much more to expect from them. Now, let's discuss the battery a bit more. In this instance, the manufacturer assures 13 hours of playback per earbud if noise cancellation is not in use. When you utilize the case for storing and recharging the earbuds, the manufacturer promises around 52 hours of playback. Therefore, it seems to me that in terms of battery life, they do not fall short of expectations. If you turn on the noise cancellation feature without taking the case into account, it will last around 7.5 hours. But if you do consider the case, the duration extends to approximately 30 hours. As you can see, the noise cancellation does consume a significant amount of battery, but it is really an excellent noise cancellation. Also, keep in mind that they support fast charging, so if you charge them for 10 minutes, you would get about 10 hours of playback according to what the manufacturer states. Remember, battery life varies with daily use. If you enjoy loud music, use spatial sound and high-resolution codecs, the battery drains quickly. But with basic use, it lasts longer. Charging the case and headphones takes about 2 hours or 1 hour for just the case. And finally, let's discuss connectivity in these headphones. They are equipped with Bluetooth version 5.4, which is excellent for this price range. This version provides you with enhanced range compared to more basic headphones. Moreover, they include a low latency mode, which the manufacturer states can reach as low as 45 milliseconds. This ensures a very swift response time for sound emission. However, it's essential to note that this can vary significantly depending on the specific cell phone being used. Next, we'll hear a test with a realme device for the lowest latency then a Galaxy test, and finally an iPhone test to experience it yourself.
De hecho, observa que si es capaz de mantener enfocados a los objetos para la fotografía de retrato, entonces es de gran calidad en este aspecto. Además, insiste en que genera un efecto que llega a estar muy enfocado. El resultado no es un dispositivo de gama alta, no es aceptable. Definitivamente la cámara frontal debe mejorar. Ya que insisto,
The headphones also have the ability to connect to two devices simultaneously. For instance, you could be watching a video on your tablet, and if a call comes in, there's no need to change the connection to your cell phone, you can answer right away. Additionally, it features Google Fast Pair and Microsoft Swift Pair. So, whether you own an Android device or a Windows laptop, pairing will be straightforward. You won't have to manually navigate to the Bluetooth devices list to attempt pairing. However, the moment you open the case, it will immediately be detected by your cell phone or your laptop. This feature adds a lot of convenience and practicality to using the headphones, and within this price range, it is truly remarkable. To sum up, I find these headphones to be an excellent choice for those who do not wish to spend a lot, but still want to enjoy good sound quality. They offer good noise cancellation, although you might have to sacrifice a bit in terms of controls since they don't offer as much versatility, but the price range can be overlooked if, in exchange, it provides us with excellent sound quality, featuring robust bass and effective noise cancellation. Additionally, the convenience of Google Fast Pair and Microsoft Switch makes these headphones 100% recommended. However, as I mentioned earlier, despite having high-res audio capabilities with the LHDC codec during my tests, that codec did not function properly. The headphones merely produce clicking sounds, so it shouldn't be considered a particularly enticing feature. Nevertheless, in the price range, they're going to sound great. For the moment, that's all for this video. If you liked it, you know you can tell us about it, and we'll see you next time.